This is the 2009 classic thriller fantasy film Falling into Hell. Now he walked towards the kind old lady and instantly knelt on the ground. Because his house was about to be repossessed by the bank, he wanted to ask Xiaohua to help him apply for an extension of repayment. Suddenly she stood in front of him. Xiaohua was so frightened that she quickly backed away. When he was getting off work in the evening, he saw a handkerchief flying in the sky. It was the old lady's belongings. She came to take revenge. The old lady grabbed Xiaohua's hair and pulled her earrings hard. Xiaohua picked up the stapler and lay down on the old lady's head. The clever Xiaohua put her foot in gear and stepped on the accelerator, causing the car to reverse and hit the car behind it, causing her hair to fly. Being dented, the two of them were beaten and howling. The old lady strangled Xiaohua's neck and didn't give her a chance to breathe. Xiaohua used all her strength to pull the gear again. The old lady's dentures were knocked out. Instantly picked up a ruler and stabbed it into the old lady's mouth, but the old lady was not hurt at all and vomited her up without any effort. She pulled off the buttons on Xiaohua's clothes and faced her. There was a moment of weightlessness, and I took another sip of the 1,000-year gas fermentation. Then she played with buttons and disappeared. Suddenly the mirror began to break, and she saw Jenny's face coming out of Xiaohua's body. The half-immortal with high magic power was also frightened and backed away, so she beat the sugar. Gu, tell Xiaohua bluntly, The door was blown away by the wind, the pots and pans rang in the kitchen, and a shadow appeared on the cabinet. Instantly, it was a lap on Xiaohua's face, and she doubted her life. Afterwards, Xiaohua told her boyfriend what she had experienced, but she didn't believe that shadow would hit someone, and even helped Xiaohua find a psychiatrist. The doctor said that this was a typical symptom of excessive stress. When he lay down again, the boyfriend next to Gao Neng in front turned into the old lady from before. The old lady wanted to continue nibbling her. Xiaohua went to work as usual, and she saw the customer's hand turned into an old lady. Her hands, but her face was still that of a male client, and her universe finally exploded. Xiaohua used her granddaughter to find the old lady, hoping to get her forgiveness and relieve her own curse. But when she came in, she was completely desperate. It turned out that the old lady was dead, and suddenly he stumbled and fell on her body. At this time, the legs of the table cracked, and they fell down. The old lady gnawed on Xiaohua's chin again, and this time the chin. Being able to help Fan Xian gave Xiaohua a novel. He said that this novel was the only way to save his life. She found a black shadow crawling over. She quickly closed the door and quickly found her mobile phone to call her boyfriend. Xiaohua wanted to escape, but the window couldn't be opened at all. A strong wind blew her up and rolled back and forth in the air. When he looked up, he saw that the room was in a mess. Unexpectedly, when he was dining with his boyfriend's family, Xiaohua was there. Seeing an eye on the food, he panicked and attacked the food, which made his boyfriend and her parents very embarrassed. He felt discomfort in his throat and coughed up the food. Xiaohua broke down and picked up the cup and smashed it to vent her dissatisfaction. The boyfriend's parents think that the little flower is crazy. She found Bianxian alone and angrily said that your crappy novel didn't work at all. Didn't my little Xiaohua die in vain? She was so haunted that the old lady punched Xiaohua. Xiaohua was so anxious that she cut the rope, the big hammer fell and hit her on the head, and her 2 eyes were squeezed into Xiaohua's mouth. I saw that he was the new female companion, and he was indeed extraordinary. He said that exorcism is a trivial matter for us, and I can kill him in an instant. In order to achieve the effect, unexpectedly, she directly attached to the female companion fairy's body. Very good. The banshee bit the man hard, and of course he was also possessed by the banshee. Just when he was about to attack Xiaohua, the half-immortal suddenly did something, and a ball of red material spurted out from the man's mouth, and then she fell from the air, defeating the devil, but the female companion had a heart attack. The companion fairy picked up Xiaohua's button and put it in an envelope. As long as the button is given to others, the ancestral condition can be completely lifted. But the person receiving the button will, so she quickly planned to drive. Suddenly the old lady's handkerchief hit Xiaohua's face, and she wanted to get into his mouth. A few hours later, Xiaohua finally dug open his grave, and she started to pull Xiaohua's hair again, and a lot of hair was pulled out. When she came down, Xiaohua was so angry that she used a hammer to pry open the old lady's mouth. At this moment, Xiaohua, who was relieved for 10 minutes, finally had a normal night.